Are we up?
I think we are. I hope we are.
Can everybody hear us? How do we do that?
So happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
It feels so weird when you get old and you're, we were talking.
Older.
Oh, I'm sorry. Older. And, we were talking about it the other day about, what is Valentine's Day? And it's just another day that you're supposed to eat chocolate, candy, and
yeah.
Today, with it being Valentine's Day, we are doing our life group is getting together.
I know, that's tonight. So nice. So
I hope we are live. I don't see anything. Oh, there we are.
Okay, there we are.
So yeah, our life group meets on Wednesday nights, and a couple of weeks ago they were like, "What are we going to do? And are we going to cancel it, or what are we doing?" Mm-hmm. And so several were talking about that they were, didn't have any plans.
Mm-hmm.
Let me make sure that we are live. Nothing is happening.
No. Oh, maybe
somebody's there. Make sure that we are live, that you can hear us. Okay.
Yes.
So anyway, nobody had any plans, and one person suggested that we just still have our life group.
Mm-hmm.
So we are having a Valentine's night supper. One person offered to cook steak.
Oh, it's going to be so good.
And then everybody is bringing, well, not everybody, a few people are bringing fixings.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we call it in the South. Fixings.
Fixings.
Something you can just fix with the main the main entree.
I'll just bring something on the side.
So I was like, so we have like a little group me app where everybody was talking about what they were going to bring and stuff. And I said, I'll bring some cheesecake. Because
I love cheesecake.
I have this recipe, and I actually shared the recipe.
I've known her for how many years? I don't think I've ever gotten any of her cheesecake.
Yes, I brought some when we were at the other building.
See, it's been so long ago, I can't even remember. So I think she needs to bring me some.
So it was one of the recipes in the What's Cooking.
Right. Okay. Oh, yeah, you did bring it.
Yeah.
It's time to bring it again, though.
I know. Can y'all hear us okay?
Yep,
oh,
Sandy.
Good.
Okay.
Oh, good. She hears us. So anyway, I said, I'm going to make cheesecake. Well, it's been a couple of years since I made it. A couple of years. And I went and bought the ingredients yesterday, and, and I got my springform pans and got in the kitchen and started putting everything together. And so I was making two cheesecakes because I wanted to make sure that everybody has enough, that there's enough of dessert. And so I get in there, and when you make homemade cheesecake, I like to make homemade crust. And the recipe calls for graham cracker, but sometimes I like to kind of mix it up and do some different crust.
Right.
Well, I got this cocoa cookie from Super Junior, just right down the street.
Mm-hmm.
And I used those. And so I was going to make that in one. Well, they had no graham crackers.
Oh.
So I'm like, okay, what is the other thing? And so then I got, I don't know if I'm saying it right, Biscoff.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking
about.
Cookies. Yes. I love that. Oh, it's my dad's favorite.
Really?
Yes. He will go to Costco and buy like a whole big thing because he loves those.
So I was looking, I was like, I could do oatmeal cookies. I could do this. And then I was like, I'm going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people don't like oatmeal.
Right.
But Biscoff is kind of very similar to like a graham cracker.
Mm-hmm. It is.
So anyway, I got two different kind of cookies. And so I got to the house, and first I made the cocoa cookie, and you have to crush it up with sugar and butter, and then
Mhm.
you smash it down in your springform pan, and then you put it in the freezer.
Okay.
So it'll set and kind of get hard. And then I started doing the other one, and I put those in the freezer. And then I started, with it's like cream cheese, sugar, 2 eggs, vanilla, cornstarch. And then after you do that, then you fold in a cup of sour cream.
Mm-hmm.
And so you don't really want to beat the sour cream, and you don't want to overbeat the cheesecake because then it's going to crack.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, I get all this done and I pour it in the pan. And I'm like, oh my goodness. There is not enough cream cheese in here. So I go back to the recipe and it says 2 pounds, not 2 packages of cream cheese. And I'm like, oh no, this is supposed to be 4 packages of cream cheese. Well, I had 2 more packages because for the other.
Right.
So then I started
taking that out.
I got all of that out of the pie crust. Didn't put it back in the freezer. It's just sitting on the counter, but I get all of it out. But then I can't really beat it again because I've already.
Oh, no. Yeah.
So then I beat the cream cheese that's in, but I have no moisture.
Yeah.
So I get just a little bit out and I I end up just trying to like blend it all. So I overbeat it. And when you overbeat a cheesecake, it's going to crack.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, I think I got it mixed up pretty good and I pour it in the pan. Well, at this point, I don't have enough cream cheese
to do another one.
So I leave it sitting on the counter. I go to the store. I get 4 more packages of cream cheese.
This is why I don't cook.
I get back home. I make the second one. Mm-hmm. I pour it. I get my pan out of the freezer and I pour my mixture in there and I put both of them in the oven at the same time. Well, it's knit night last night.
Yes.
So then I'm like starting knit night, trying to clean up my mess. And I put them in the oven and then I walk away. Well, then Chris is like, the oven's on fire. I'm like, what? I'm like, oh my
gosh. It wasn't really on fire.
The inside of the oven had like little fires.
Oh, it really did?
Yes.
Oh, no.
So I was like trying not to panic, but I mean, it was going out. The fires were.
Yeah. That's good.
And so anyway, he was like, what's going on? And I'm like, oh no. So the one that was on fire was the one, the first pan that hadn't been in the freezer.
Yeah.
So the butter had thawed out. And so then I put it in there. And it's a springform pan. So the butter was leaking out from the bottom. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, I am so sorry.
And I know, because when you said, did y'all hear the smoke alarm? Like, I didn't hear anything.
So Chris opened the oven and smoke is billowing out. The fire alarm goes off. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm hitting mute. Sam is barking. Our dog is barking.
And I'm like, what the heck is going on?
And I mean, it was just, I was like, I am so sorry. So I get like 2 like pans to stick underneath.
Okay.
To catch the drippings from the butter. And finally all is good, but there's still smoke. Well, when you're cooking cheesecake, it's very important that, so my recipe, you cook for 15 minutes at 400 degrees, and then you turn it down to 200 degrees and let it cook for 45 minutes.
Okay.
Well, he's over there opening the oven for all this smoke to come out. And I'm like, stop opening the oven.
It's not going to do right.
So I was just like, oh my gosh. So finally, after knit night is over and I check, you turn the oven off and I'm like, is it done? So I kind of open it a little bit and I'm like touching it to see, and I'm like, okay, I think it is done. So anyway, I turned the oven off, and so the first one that I overbeat because it cracked. It cracked like all over the top.
It's probably still going to be so yummy.
Well, I went ahead and took it out, and I was like, I got to see if it's done.
Mm-hmm.
And I cut a piece. Oh my God. Of course it was hot, so you don't eat cheesecake hot.
Does it taste good though?
It is good, but it's just when the cheesecake is hot, it's
I'll have to try it.
it's just it's not, it's different.
Yeah. Okay.
But it was good. And so that was the one that had the chocolate cookie crust. Oh my gosh, it was so good.
Man.
It was so good. So the other one did crack, like had 2 like little hairline cracks on top. I'm like, it's gonna be okay.
So are you taking toppings?
Yes. And so the way I serve the cheesecake is I bring the cheesecake, and Chris, I'm kind of upset about the first one being cracked, but he's like, it's okay. Nobody cares. It's just cheesecake. And he ate a piece of it, and he's like, man, it is pretty good. So I think what I'm going to do, and he's even said, he's like, just cut out pieces. So I do have like a serving tray. And so I'm just going to cut like pieces, put them on the serving tray. And then I'm going to have one topping, since it's Valentine's Day, I'm going to have one topping those cherries. Mm-hmm. So I bought some cherry pie filling. I did think about making my own cherry topping. I was like, you know what?
Forget it.
So I just bought a can of cherry pie filling, and I'll heat that up, and it'll be good. And then I have some pecans, and I'm going to do that later today, and I'm going to make like a little pecan topping. So
nice.
Sounds and yummy. Then they can just get their slice of cheesecake, and then they can either get pecan or chocolate
or plain.
And I think I'm going to get like some chocolate syrup, and or you can just eat it plain. Like, who wants plain cheesecake?
I love it just plain like
that.
I think I like some, but I don't want my whole cheesecake to be all like with topping. Yeah, I do want some that's just the cheesecake.
So when I've done the cheesecake in the past, I mean, like there for a while, I was making cheesecake like a lot, and I'd make it and just like take a whole cheesecake to like my bank or to like just wherever. Do you remember when I did it to the bank? Were you working for me then? I think you were, but maybe you weren't.
I don't know.
And so, I would just make the cheesecakes, and I would leave them in the oven all night long because they have to cool. If you bring them out,
they cool too fast.
They cool too fast, and then they're going to crack.
So I know some stuff.
I got to get back into my routine of cooking.
Okay, well then you should just make another one and bring it here.
Yeah. And then I'll have to eat it.
No, okay. We'll have to schedule it where we invite the ladies Saturday.
So then they can
help us eat it. And then, we're not eating it.
I love baking. I love baking. Mm-hmm. I love cooking. I mean, I just love being in the kitchen and cooking.
I don't like cooking by myself.
Really?
Mm-mm. I think that, like when it's Thanksgiving and you've got like, different things going on, and you can actually like be with other, like my mom or my sister, then I don't mind it so much. I mean, they give me easy stuff. Like you can make the green bean casserole.
So I made this soup this weekend, and it's the first time I made this in a while too. But Chris was like, hey, make that soup that you used to make. And so it is something really kind of strange, but it is good. So you can take like a bag of coleslaw, which is cabbage, or you can take a head of cabbage and cut it up. But you're going to cut it up into strips. So you'll put that in a crock pot or a pan with 2 cans or a whole carton of chicken broth.
Okay.
And then you also add like turkey sausage or ham or whatever in there. And then so you cook it until your cabbage is done. Okay. You also put like salt and pepper in it. I think that was it. So you boil it until your cabbage is done. Then you add instant mashed potatoes.
Huh.
And so it gets it thick.
I think I would like that.
It gets thick. And so, oh my gosh, it's so good. And then we make cornbread, and you pour it on top of it.
Really?
Yes, it is so
Huh.
good. So I used to make this all the time, and it'll last for several days.
Okay.
And so when we used to go to the deer camp, when we go hunting,
You'd make it.
we would make it, and then we had a camper, and so we would eat on it kind of all weekend. I ate it so much this weekend. I was like, I don't want no more. We actually put too much instant, and then the other thing, like, when you get instant mashed potatoes, you can buy like the little bags that has like the bacon bits and the
Oh,
cheddar.
yeah.
So we put some of that in there too. So it
Oh.
had like the little bacon bits. So good. If you want the recipe, message me and I'll get you the
That
recipe.
does sound good.
But Chris bought these little packages of like little ham, like little small pieces of ham.
Okay.
Like cubed ham.
Yeah.
But we used to make it with the like turkey sausage.
Okay. So you ate on that watching the Super Bowl.
I did. That's what I was watching. That's what I was eating watching the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
What did you eat watching the Super Bowl?
I went over to Margie's and they had so much food. I mean, and all of it was good. I ate chili and chips and dip, cheese and crackers, cake. They had hamburgers, but I got so full before that I didn't even eat a hamburger.
It was good. Margie brought some here yesterday.
Yes. Oh, and macaroni salad.
Macaroni salad. That was so good.
I know. That was so good. I ate a lot of that.
And she brought us some cake, and that was Emily was like, I almost think you were going to start eating the cake before anything.
It was just so good. Because you know what? I like cake like that. That's like not too sweet. It wasn't like super sweet.
Right.
And she even had like iced it and everything, but it was just right.
Yeah. So what'd you think about the Super Bowl?
I was disappointed.
I really didn't care who won, because
I mean, I was kind of like that, but I really, really was pulling for the 49ers.
I was too, because Brock's story is so amazing. And I was reading something again like yesterday, and I think I read it out loud to you, talking about how like everybody, in college, like his coaches said, you're too short, you don't have a good throwing arm, all these things, you'll never make it. He was the last pick.
Yeah.
He almost made it to the Super Bowl last year, but he got hurt. This year he did make it, and he was beating Patrick Mahomes. I mean, I was just like, and Chris at one point is like, this game's kind of boring. I'm like, what are you talking about?
It was a good game.
Well, I mean, and this was like right before halftime, and I'm like, this is awesome. And like Brock is, and I really thought that he was going to do it. I thought, but I'm happy for the Chiefs. I mean, it's like, it's a great story, whichever way you look at it. I mean, they went back to back. Now they're like hoping for a three-peat, and so pretty awesome. Yeah. The halftime game, not game, performance, was, Usher, he was like big, like, and I said when I was a senior in high school, but I guess it was like a couple years after I looked, and it was 94. I just remember that was kind of like when I was younger.
Yeah.
And I was just like, remembering some of the songs, and then all the other singers came out, performers came out, and I'm like, oh, I think I know this song. But I mean, him and the rollerblades at 45 years old.
I know.
I could not.
I went roller skating the last time. I don't know. I think I was. It was probably about 5 or 6 years ago.
Really?
I did okay, and I fell. They were like, people were like, we were leaving. Like, okay, we're gonna go put up, and I fell. I was like, oh, I lasted the whole time.
I mean, he was singing out there, dancing on rollerblades, and I'm like, man, he is like. Yeah. This is great. I wish I got around.
We should go roller skating.
Oh, no. If you think I have no rhythm dancing, you do not want to see me rollerblading.
Did you roller skate when you were young?
No, because the roller skate, the skating rink was in Greenville.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
which
so
was
you
like
had to drive, yeah.
Yeah. And so I did go, like, I remember the first time, like, I had bruises from head to toe.
Christy, my sister, that was her Friday night thing when she was
Really?
yeah. So they, and I went some, but not as much as she did. She
Yeah.
loved it. So.
No, the first time I went, we had what was called a lockdown. Do you remember? Did y'all do that?
Like where they
would shut down and you would be in there all night long.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if they did it at this one, but I've heard it. Yeah.
Yeah. So we went and it was a lockdown, and I was just like, please hurry up and open the door for me to go home. I was so sore. So sore. So, good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We are Jems Lex Fibers. I'm Judy.
I'm Emily.
And we are located here in Vicksburg, Mississippi. It is bright and sunny, no rain. It was cold this morning. It was
so cold.
It was 35 degrees.
Ice on my windshield.
Really?
Yes.
So we are so glad for some days of sunny weather, because we've got a lot of yarn to dye. We are getting ready for our spring shows. We are going to be in Pensacola, Florida in 8 days.
Oh, we have a lot of yarn to dye.
We have a lot of yarn to dye. Also today is Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
We did a Galentine's Day box. So our boxes, when we do a box, is so much fun. If you've not done a box with us before, you should get one, because we always put a lot into it. In fact, I had a lady call me yesterday. She is just now opening her Advent box.
Oh, yes.
Because she ordered one for herself and her sister ended up leaving out of town and was going to be gone for a couple months, and she left right before she got her box. So she waited until her sister.
So cool. I don't know that I could do that.
I know. She waited until her sister got back to open. It's because they did kind of like a Zoom, kind of like Katrina and Deborah and Valera do. They will go and open their boxes together. Yes. And so she did this, and anyway, she called. She said, "Oh my goodness, this is the best box I have ever gotten." She said, "There's so much stuff in here." And she says, "My husband was even asking me, like, where did you get all this stuff?" So she was like, "I will always order one of your boxes. They are so good." So and I was like, "Thank you." And she's like, "I just had to call and tell you."
That's so nice.
So in our Galentine Day box, we added some like little fun new things that we are going to be doing. Do you want to show right here?
Yes.
So we made these bracelets. They are made out of aluminum knitting needles. And so they say right here, it says Jems. And then right here, it says Yarn Goddess. So we made a whole bunch of these. They went out with the Galentine's Day box. And they're adjustable, like you can tighten it up to, fit your wrist or whatever. You can do it however you want. Emily's kind of got yours like more closer together. I've got mine a little bit spread out. We're making up a bunch of these. We're going to start having them at shows. So they were so much fun to make.
Judy was making all sorts of racket.
I was, because you've got to like beat them flat, and so exciting. Yes. We also have like these other like little cute goodies. This little llama was in there, and then we wrote on the back of everybody's llama, "Love Jems 2024." So it's like a little cute llama. Yes. And he's so cute.
I know.
And then we have these little heart magnets. Sandy was saying last night that she had hers on the refrigerator.
Yeah.
We put in.
Do I have one out? Oh, be okay. Is that the right way?
Yeah. These little button that we've already kind of showed. Those.
Yeah, that's right. We did, didn't we? Yeah. So.
And then we also had in there some yarn.
Of course.
So we had the Agape knits in our new Posh DK. And then we also had our pearl in our new key worsted. And so there is a pattern that we made with it. And here it is. It is a cowl. And it has these little hearts. So you
nice.
And it's going to, it comes in a couple of different sizes. So you can wear it like this. You can also do I have it upside down?
Yeah, there you go.
Like this right here.
Love it.
We also we have it in so cute.
That works too.
And so we're also doing it in a smaller size. So if you don't want it long, and Emily is putting it together with our new Candy Heart DK minis. And so this will be just like a single, you're not going to be wrapping it around. And it'll be a little bit taller too.
Yes. So you can have that bunched up,
So the pattern is called Candy Hearts. I'm so excited. I love it.
So much fun too.
It is fun. It's a 4-row repeat. And so one of the ladies in Knit Night last night said, I'm worried about the red bleeding. So I have blocked it. It did not bleed.
But you do still need, because what we always, with our pH here in the building, we always
manage
that.
Regular water on there.
Awesome.
I did not. So
good deal.
So we were having problems back last year with our red bleeding.
We got a different red.
We got a different red. We changed dye powders, and the dye that we are using now is not bleeding. And so I checked this. I ran water.
I'm looking at it. It's still like she got it wet because it's
wet.
Still, yeah,
it's still wet. Because I blocked it last night.
It looks so good.
I'm so excited. I love it. So the white is a worsted, and then this is a DK. And so the pattern is not on the website yet. It is going up on the website today. Because initially I was just going to do it in this weight, but then last week we started talking. We were like, let's do it with the DK minis. And so Emily started doing it with the DK minis. And so I wanted to make sure that I got the right information using the DK. And so I've got to add that. And I'll be uploading. So everybody that got a Valentine's Day box will be getting the pattern for free. And then we will get the pattern on the website. And so if you order the yarn, you will, on the website for a limited time, you will also get the pattern for free. And then after that, then you'll have to buy them separately.
Yeah.
There's a new app on our website that you can group all of that together.
I know. That's going to be so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that will be on the website. I'm going to try to get it up there today. I was trying to get it up there this morning and I didn't. So, I hope that we can, I might wear it tonight.
You definitely should. I think it's going to be a little chilly.
It is. So I might wear it tonight.
Yes.
And everybody will be like, oh, I love your cow.
I know.
I feel like, how are you doing?
Oh, man.
Emily's laughing because I mocked
goodness.
Joey from Friends. And it's so funny. We did Color Fusion this weekend. Doot, doot.
Yeah.
I got to toot my horn. I won.
I know.
And it was really kind of scary because I was like, man, her yarn looks really good. And one thing that we did with Color Fusion this time was we each picked our different dye powders.
Right.
I already kind of had in mind what I was going to do. And I actually told her
I didn't remember. Oh.
Because somebody came into the shop last week or a couple of weeks ago and was like, "Hey, I brought you some yarn. I want you to have this." And
it was 2 different colors though.
But
she told me.
I was like, "I love this. I want to kind of like do something like this." So then even like the day before Color Fusion, I was like, I already know what I'm going to do. I'm kind of like going to mimic something or kind of use the same.
So
then I needed a green and a purple, 2 of the colors to do this yarn. Guess what 2 colors she gave me?
Yeah.
Green and purple. I was like, Emily.
And she never uses that green though.
I don't.
Until the other day.
So I gave her.
You're getting black next time.
Why not? So I gave her a pink that she never really uses, and then which was Alexandrite. It's a really, really pretty purple.
It's like a really pinky purple.
So I gave her Alexandrite and then red jasper, and I thought those 2 would go really good together. And then she put a yellow with it, and it looked really good. And I was like, "Oh gosh, I'm in trouble."
No.
So it was fun. I did walk away with 3 more than she did. So
yup,
that was really exciting. And then one of the Team Emily people actually bought Team Judy. I was like, what?
She loves green more than me.
I will always dye green yarn now, forever and ever. So yeah, Color Fusion was fun. And then Emily was asking some of them, should we do it again this way where we each pick 2, or should we just like have like a bucket with all the colors in there and we draw 2 names, or not 2 names, 2 colors.
Right.
And everybody was like, oh, not everybody.
Yeah. But the people who voiced
said that we should do that.
Yeah. So we will be doing that next time.
Yeah.
That's a little scary. That's even more scary than giving each other, because I don't think that I could be like really super mean and give you an. I just don't think I could.
But you almost wanted to, and then Ronnie saved you.
She was like, "Mom, you still have to dye. You still have to sell yarn."
So that's what we've been up to this week. And like I said, we are trying to get yarn dyed because we will be in Pensacola. And then about 10 days after that, we're going to be in Raleigh, North Carolina for the Carolina Fiber Fest.
Yes.
So excited about that show.
I know, we've never been.
No. So we have a lot of great spring shows that we are working on. Today is the last day of the sweater knit along.
Yes.
And I did not finish my sweater because I've been working on this. I wanted to do a Valentines, or
I know. And it does look so good.
I love it so much that I've also been working on a hat pattern. So you're going to see the same thing in a hat. And then also there is going to be a Mother's Day pattern that's coming out. I did talk about this a couple of years ago, and so I've been working on that as well. So I've been I've been knitting, but not on my sweater.
But we have a lot done on our sweaters. We just have to get them done.
And I do want to get mine done.
I do too. I mean, maybe we'll have, it's almost going to be warm here.
I know,
but I still want to finish it now so that right as soon as it gets cold, I can wear it.
Right. So tonight at midnight is the deadline for your sweater. So, you've got to post pictures so we can see what it looks like. We have like, a good bit of people that have done their sweaters and they look so good. So I'm excited. Next year, I think I want to do this again. We'll start at the first of the year, and I'm going to give more time than 6 weeks. I thought 6 weeks was enough.
Well, some people finished.
Some people did.
Got it done.
I didn't finish. I know that there's a few that are like on their sleeves, like they're almost done. And one lady on Net Night last night was saying, "When's my deadline?" So she is going to be up until
Yeah, till midnight.
Till midnight.
She'll post that picture at 11:59.
I know. So excited. All right, let's see what else has been happening. Am I getting everything?
Yarn Goddess.
I think we went over everything.
Or this and that.
Oh,
yeah.
So we
okay, let's just not talk about that.
In December of 22, we talked about that we were going to do a box that reflected things that had happened to us or experiences that we had had over that past year. And then 23 started happening, and like it really started happening. All kinds of just deadlines, things just happened.
Yeah.
And we dropped the ball on several things. But that's okay. I mean, we bounced back, and so then, after so much time had went by, I sent out an email, and I don't remember when I sent the email out saying, hey, this and that is going to show up at the end of the year. And so the end of the year came, and then the first of the year came, and just, we kept like going, oh, we'll get it out this weekend. Oh, we'll get it out this weekend. And then, oh, we'll get it out when we get out the Galentine's box. Well, that didn't happen either. But it is definitely going out this week.
Yes, we have everything put together.
Yes.
We're just,
so there's some really exciting things in it. I'm so excited to show you some of the stuff, I
know some of the, like, one of the things, when we found it, or when Judy found it, she was like, I really like this too. And I'm like, we're definitely ordering more than just what we need, because I want one too.
I know, we travel a lot. And I love getting on the road and going to all the different places, seeing all the people. But you learn, like at the beginning, I think when we first started, I had like this big old suitcase. And we stayed at Emily's aunt and uncle's house, and he was like, what is in here? It's so heavy. And so, I went and got a smaller suitcase because I didn't like being talked about. And and it's just like, you think, okay, well, I'm going to do this. And then, we're carrying all these heavy bags. And then at some point you were like, you know what? I'm getting me a roller bag. So I did that. And then I thought I was going to put all of my bathroom stuff and everything in the rolling bag.
Yeah.
But I really like having it separate, because I kind of keep that bathroom bag now, like everything is stocked in it.
Right. Yeah.
But some of these things have made life a little bit easier for us, especially like when we're traveling with our knitting stuff.
Yes.
I mean, because we've been to shows and we're like, hey, do you have this or do you have that?
I know. But twice this past year, we had to buy needles for my thing. And I'm like, oh, we can't do this anymore.
So anyway, it's some really exciting things that we're sharing with you in the box. And those will be going out tomorrow. And then we wrote up a little bit of like a description about, like, our experiences and stuff. This year is going to be great. I think we learned so much last year that I really, really think that this year is going to be great. For our 3 shows in April, which is YarnCon, the Georgia Mountain Needle Arts Festival, and then Yarn Centric, we are actually going to leave and be gone from home for 3 weeks.
Yeah. So we'll have to get a bigger
Will
suitcase.
You still love me after 3 weeks?
Oh, probably.
I mean,
have to get more wine.
It's going to be so great, just all of the experiences and stuff just going. But I think all of the Airbnbs that we've got have washer and dryer, so
okay, good.
We can keep our clothes washed up.
So we don't have to take a great big suitcase.
No.
Okay, good. I hate packing.
I do too.
So talking about like the big suitcase and everything like that, so I just got back from New York with my family, and my daughter found these great tickets. Great tickets, $70 round trip from Atlanta to New York. And she calls and she goes, but we can only take a personal item. And I'm like, okay, what? So I'll have that in my purse. And she's like, no, just a personal item. So like all of our stuff had to fit in our backpack. But guess what? Every single one of us did it.
So now you're going to have it.
I have my backpack. Like, I think I can fit everything in there.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I don't think so.
I could do it. I don't know if I will do it.
Did you bring your own hair dryer?
No, I did not.
Yeah. So, I mean, you've got to bring your hair dryer.
No. Oh, well, we're in a house. Yeah, I'll have to bring that. So yeah, there'll be some
yeah,
but I'm gonna still try to like keep it.
Okay.
But we haven't been bad. Like
no,
after that, like we had our small suitcase.
Yeah, especially because like at our shows we wear just t-shirts.
Mm-hmm. It's just easier to. First of all, we don't have to think about what we're gonna wear. Well, sort of. We're like, what color t-shirt today?
And then it just doesn't take up a lot of room and luggage. And
we're constantly like, when we're at shows, we're getting under the tables to pull more product out. We're comfortable. We're not, So, but we do need to make cardigans.
We do.
So that's going to be the next thing I do.
I think that's after I finish the sweater, and I'm going to finish that now that I've got this finished. But I'm working on the Mother's Day. There's going to be a hat pattern that's coming out with this. And it's going to be also in the worsted with the DK. And then we're also doing it with the bulky mini. So I'm excited to get that out. I kind of have this bug to write patterns and stuff.
Awesome. I mean, this one is...
It's really, so fun.
It is. It's so fun. But I do have a few, but I'm not going to,
What? You have a few what?
So like here, I didn't slip or something.
It's okay.
And then...
It looks so cute though.
I know. I really do love it. But I have something on the, anyway, I was just like, oh, but now I figured it out. You only slip on the colored. And I didn't pick it. My mistake is down here. You only slip stitches on the colored parts.
Right.
When you're holding the contrasting color.
Right, because you don't want your color to be on the front.
So.
But the thing I love about it is right here where you have your purl row. Yes. Because you're slipping, this purl row actually turns out to be like a welt.
It's so cute
because you're slipping every row. You can't really see. Maybe if I do it like this, you can kind of see. Can you see how it looks like
it's bumped out?
It's yeah. So it's like a little welt.
I love it.
It's so cute. I love it in the colors.
And you can use it for any of our mini sets, really.
Yeah.
So just pick your contrast,
And then I love the inside. The inside, well, except for that you've got, there's the inside.
I know. It's so nice and neat. And it's the same.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So get your sweaters finished. Get the pictures posted. We are going to be giving away sweater quantity of 6 skeins. For whoever we decide that we love the best. We've got to talk it out and see.
I know.
And then we also have a gift card winner. And so we've got to pick those out. So, we do have in Ravelry started a forum, and we're going to start doing that for all of our knit-alongs and group things and stuff. So, make sure that you go and post. I know a few of y'all have not really been posting in a Ravelry form. I haven't either. You haven't posted anything in there.
No, I haven't. I need to do that. I'll try to, because I have to do something else. Judy's making me. So I'll sit down. I'll take a break today and do that.
Okay, let's see what else.
I mean, I guess yesterday we kind of
We did kind of take a break yesterday.
We were working.
We were knitting.
But we were knitting.
All right. I think that is it. Well, thanks for joining us and watching. I hope y'all have a great Valentine's Day. Eat plenty of chocolate, and we will see you next week for our knit night. Join us every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Central, and it lasts about 8:30.
Yeah, it's been
But if we don't see you for there, we will see you here for our podcast next week. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.